because if not knowing the stories have power over you.
Yes.
It's an awareness. It's an
Yes.
once you are aware, once like turning on the switch, turning on the light, then you
Yeah.
can see, and then be able to make the the adjustments. But
Yes.
you moving a couch in the middle of the night is tough. You know what I mean? It's like you won't know where the walls are or how to move things. So
Yes.
turning on the light comes from you sitting with the person and doing this deep dive, clarifying what those stories are, connecting to that person to their future, and it's right. It's like connecting the past to their future,
Yes.
almost bypassing the present in a weird way. But right, it's like
It's
we're here, but
yeah.
your future is being impacted based on what you're holding on to or what you're attached to in the past.
Yeah. And this is the thing that most people don't get is that your present and a bit of your future is just the result of past beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
So when you shift those beliefs, it doesn't matter what happened in your past. That's all invalid now, right? But there's a catch-up time. So sometimes you shift a belief, but you've already caused all this other stuff to be coming down the funnel. So stuff is still going bad for a little while until the new belief catches up. And you
Mm-hmm.
don't know how long that time is. So for some people, it's been instantaneous, and for some people, it's been a couple of days, a couple of weeks, sometimes a couple of months, and then all of a sudden, oh, it's just shifted because they had all that stuff coming down the pipeline.
Hmm.
So when a belief shifts, the important thing is not to look for evidence of the old belief, look for evidence of the new belief. Because as long as you're focusing on the old belief, you're just going to keep creating the old belief. You're going to slip back into it. But it's amazing because I've seen people have results. One of my favorites was a client was calling, and he just stopped getting clients in his business, and he said, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And we started talking, and we hit a belief, and I said, there it is. And he's like, oh my God, you're right. I remember that
Hmm.
happened, that I just grabbed. And so it was a recent belief. He just added it because he had been getting clients. So you can just add them on as you go, right? So we cleared that belief, and as soon as we cleared the belief, his phone rang with a client asking for business. So it was
Wow.
like in
So
real time. It was amazing.
let's unpack a couple of things here. So for those who are saying, what is a belief? So there's the word belief,
Mhm.
truth, and facts.
Yeah.
How do you distinguish, or how would a person distinguish those three words?
So truth changes for every person. Truth is actually a malleable concept. And truth is based on your beliefs. So if you truly, truly believe something to be true, it becomes true for you, not for everyone, for you. And reality, as we know it, the truths that we've decided are out there are just the majority beliefs of the people on the planet.
Hmm.
So that's the big thing. Now, facts are a different matter because you create your belief around facts. Well, you think you do, but you actually create your beliefs around your interpretation of facts, right? So, as an example, suppose there's a little girl, you
Stop
know,
one. Say that one more time, because I think a lot of people need to hear that one statement all over. I
okay,
think they need to come back and repeat this over and over and over. Can you state that
okay.
one statement?
So you don't create your beliefs around facts. You create your beliefs around your interpretation of facts. So the facts are there, but two people can look at the same facts and come up with completely different beliefs as a result of it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you have a little girl on a playground and she's just sitting there, the other kids are playing, she's just minding her own business, and a little boy comes up and hits her and then runs away giggling. Now, there's a fact. The little boy came up, hit her, and ran away giggling. But what's the truth there? What is the belief she creates? She could say, oh, they're playing tag and they're trying to include me. Maybe I should play.
Mm-hmm.
It could be, oh, he likes me and he's trying to show me he likes me. And that's
His
what,
story.
right?
His
Yeah.
story in the head. Mm-hmm.
It could be that someone dared him, go hit that girl. I dare you. I dare you. And he did it. But what if she decides, oh, boys don't like me. That's why he hit me. And in that moment, a belief is formed. Now, there could have been all
Yeah.
these other circumstances. You don't know what it is. The only facts you have is the kid hit her. But she says, oh, boys don't like me. So now she's created a belief. And now she starts living her life from that belief. So whenever a boy treats her badly, that's more evidence. She's like, see,
Mm,
boys don't like me. But what's interesting is if a boy doesn't treat her badly, she doesn't log that evidence because it doesn't match the belief. She just lets that go by. And sometimes she'll make excuse. Oh, if a boy's being really nice to her, she'll say things like, oh, there are adults present, so he has to be nice to me. She won't conceive of, oh, he really, really likes me, because the belief is there, boys don't like me. So as she grows up, she starts dating. She will approach guys that will reject her to match her belief, or she will date guys that will treat her badly to match her belief. She won't even know she's doing this, but
yeah.
then she'll say, oh my God, look, boys don't like me. She'll just keep doing it. When she gets out of school and now is in the
Mm,
workforce, she will pick jobs, unconsciously do this, where there are male bosses that treat their employees badly. They could treat all the employees badly, but because they treat her badly too, boys don't like me, right? And
hmm
so she can look back at her life and say, I have all this evidence that shows this belief is real and true, but she doesn't know she put it there and ignored all the evidence that shows it's false. So there's no doubt in her mind that her belief is truth.
So it's amazing how you're sharing that, because for, you could see how a person can gain something, right, a belief at 6 years old, and at 60 still have that belief.
Yes.
So technically, this cloak is upon you, of belief is upon you, until someone helps you to remove it. Or
Yes.
when do you, or do you have a quick remedy? And I'm just stretching it here, right? But a quick remedy of how a person that's 60 can recognize her 6 year old self was going through this process, and it's time to take this cloak off. Or do you find that it's mostly someone from the outside that would need to come, right, and be part of this conversation with her and say, you have this cloak of belief on you, let me help you take it off? Like, is it
Oh,
possible for that person to see, you don't know what you don't know?
yeah.
Is
It
it
is
possible for the person
possible
to take
for
that cloak
people to
off
see it.
on their own?
Yeah. People can do it on their own. It's harder to do it on your own. It's
Yeah.
easier when you have someone that's not in your ego. Your ego is going to try and justify every one of your beliefs, whether they suck or not.
Yeah.
And so you're basically fighting against yourself to change your beliefs. When someone else is there, they get that different perspective, right? But you
Yeah.
can't do it on your own. Um, suppose that she's 60 and she runs into that kid that was 6, all right, and so now he's 62, and she said, oh yeah, I'm still angry at you for that time you hit me up when we were on the playground. And he goes, I was trying to get in your attention. I've had such a crush on you. And that would, like, that inciting belief is now invalid, and that can just cause a cascade, and she'll look back at her life and go, oh my God, what have I been doing?
Wow.
Yeah.
And then here comes all the anger, the resentment, the frustration, the
Yep.
disappointments, all of that comes rushing through. All those emotions starts trying to catch up
Yeah.
to where she is at that time.
Yes.
So you mentioned, so let's talk about that a little bit, as far if a person, like, if you could share with them some tips that they can apply, practical tips that they can apply to shed some of these beliefs, or a way to look at their beliefs and assess them.
So when there is limitation in your life, or illness, or whatever that thing is that you're trying to overcome, if it's not changing in any big way, there's a belief there. And this is where you want to just start exploring. The most common thing is to look at your parents, right? How did your parents live? What struggles did your parents go through? And how much of that are you taking on? Often people think, well, my parents worked hard and struggled to make ends meet, and so that's how life works, and so I have to do that too. But you don't. But what's
Mm-hmm.
interesting is I've also worked with a lot, and this is a very common belief, is my parents worked hard and struggled to make ends meet. If I make money easily and quickly, it will be disrespecting all the hard work they put in. So I have to make sure I struggle too. So they're aware they can do it. They just don't want to do it because they love their parents and respect their parents. Like, this is the kind of restrictions you put in. You don't even realize you do it.
Yeah. Or or if this is how my parents went through it, this is it's a normal thing,
Mhm.
so it's okay for me to go through it too.
Yeah.
And that could be anything. That could be domestic violence, poverty, low self-esteem, or confidence, right? If a parent has confidence, it tends to go down. I mean, we're talking about generational things now in
Yes.
regards to what it is that we're passing on to each other, to our children, to our next legacy, to our legacy.
Yeah.
So
And
so what
also,
are Go
just
ahead,
that
go ahead.
ego can come in too, because there's that sense of pride. People think I work so hard and I put in so much
Hmm.
effort. So and so then now I can have success and I can accomplish things. And you feel that, look at all the hard work I did. And you don't have to. This is the crazy thing. So in my reality, there's days that I work hard and I get so much accomplished and the success comes in and money shows up. And there's some days where I'm just sitting there watching TV and I check my bank account. Oh, there's more money in there. That's good. I'm happy with both scenarios and
Either
anything,
way,
right? So,
it's and it's interesting, right? And while you were watching television, it could have been something that you've done five weeks ago, right? A
yep.
conversation you had, but when you had a conversation 5 weeks ago, you had the confidence, you had the ability to help that person take it to the next level, and so that it might have taken them 5 weeks to catch up, right? But
Mhm.
it's still, you're dropping seeds of positivity and confidence and success along the way,
Yes.
whereas you could do the same of dropping seeds of doubt, fear, of disconnected relationships, and then even 5 weeks later, whether you're working hard or not, all those hard work that you've done 5 weeks, to you, right, your belief is you worked hard, but the
Mhm.
way the world is looking at it is, you were disconnecting me, or you insulted me, or whatever that case is, and it doesn't show itself up in the future.
Yeah. And another way to look to see what beliefs are restricting you is look for where there's an implied always or never, because that's going to screw you up every time. So
Hmm.
one thing that a lot of people are taught is you have to work hard to succeed, right? And the belief comes from a place of, there's a whole bunch of people that are just hanging out watching TV all
Hmm.
day, and they're like, why am I not succeeding? Why am I not getting money? Well, you're sitting on your butt all day, right? Get off your
Yeah.
butt and work hard. But the belief you have to work hard to succeed hasn't implied always. So when you take breaks, if you get sick, if you go on vacation, you can't succeed. All your success will just collapse. Imagine when you retire and you're running that belief. Suddenly there's no money
Okay.
showing up. Even though you've saved for retirement, it will start to leak away because that
Yeah.
belief is running. You can
Hmm.
never take a break if you have to work hard to succeed. If you're willing to work hard to succeed, that's a whole different energy. That's a whole different space. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make my business succeed. And sometimes that means working 6 7 days straight, and sometimes that means hanging out on a beach and it's still causing success. I'm
Yeah.
open to
Yeah.
all.